Hello, this is Amelia from ameliaajohnson.com, where passionate pet people partner with purpose for pleasure and profit. The question today is, where will your pet go? This is point 5 in my 5-point series checklist of your pet's lifestyle. So be sure to subscribe to this channel so that you can review all five points. So let's continue. Where will your pet go? In case of an emergency evacuation, where will your pet go? I have a dear friend that has had to evacuate twice in 2 years because of flooding. She has 6 dogs. In the first case, she was able to find a kennel that would accept her, take her and her husband into the house along with the 6 dogs. But it was not a pretty situation until she finally found a house that she could rent, and in the meantime, let the flooding go down and then restore her home. And it was so sad because she had just gotten into her home a year later and got flooded again. Same type of situation. She may have been better prepared, but the stresses on her dogs were tremendous, and she has lost a dog through all that stress, and a dog has died. So consider, what will you do in an emergency evacuation? Are you prepared? Do you have that emergency kit also supplied, packed, and ready to go for your pets? Be sure you do. And remember, any other points we talked about documentation. Make sure that documentation is in your emergency evacuation kit. So the second part of where will your pet go is, when you can no longer care for your pet, where will your pet go? Perhaps you have a sudden financial hardship. Your finances have to go to some other medical emergency or family emergency, something that takes priority over your pet. Where will your pet go? Do you have a friend that will care for your pet for an interim or maybe for a lifetime? Is your pet making new friends even while your pet is living with you? You don't want your pet to end up in a shelter. However, a rescue group is an option because they do their due diligence in placing your pet in another good home. And I have had different clients along the way that have become ill, and they made plans with rescue groups or me to place their pets. So always consider that. Be friendly with these rescue groups. Support them. You may need them. So where will your pet go when you move? I know of a domestic abuse case where a woman and her children had to leave the home and left the pets behind, thinking that her husband would be caring for the pets. She did not dare go back to that house. No, the husband let the pets starve to death in that home, even though the neighbors were contacting authorities saying that there were pets in the home. The husband was only going to the house to collect the mail. He was not even entering the house to check on the pets. That is not something you want to have happen. So if you are in an abusive relationship or know somebody that is, please look out for your pets. So the other thing that I want to bring out under where will your pet go? What happens when you die? Where will your pet go? And don't think it can't happen. When I had my pet sitting service, this was the one question I insisted everybody fill out on the form, the contract that they had with me. I needed to know where their pet would go in case they were never returned home. And kennels should ask this too. Oftentimes people abandon their pets at kennels, thinking they'll always be cared for. But if you die and your pet is in your home, left with a pet sitter, what plans have you made when you die? Do you have a trust fund set up for your pet? Again, have you made friends with a rescue organization? I had another acquaintance that was murdered. And even though she had plans with all her friends to take her dogs, the police first removed them to a shelter. And these were show dogs. I mean, they were used to a different life. Fortunately, her friends came in and were able to retrieve the dogs out of that situation. But do you have plans in place when you travel and you are to die, or you died? Where would your pets go? How important is that to you? Everybody assumes that a family member will take care of their pet. That's not always true. Not all family members may like your pet. Maybe they're not in a position to care for your pet. It helps if you have a trust fund set up for the pet, and certainly there are very wealthy people that have done that. So you may consider that. But let me go over those points again. Where will your pet go in case of an emergency evacuation, when you can no longer care for your pet, when you move for whatever reason, and when you die? Where will your pet go? So that's point 5 in my 5-point checklist for your pet's lifestyle. And if you have followed through all of these points and answered the questions, congratulations. You have answered some very important questions. And your answers will change as your lifestyle changes. So you will find in my blog post I have put together a PDF, and you can download that and answer those questions. Keep that in a file with your pet, so as time goes on you can change your answers. And somebody will have those answers so that your pets will always be cared for as your lifestyle changes. And that way, once you've answered these questions, you will have peace of mind about the future of your pet, regardless of whether you're living with them or they have to live without you. So thanks for watching. Again, go to my blog at ameliaajohnson.com. Subscribe to this channel and make sure you ring the little bell so that you receive notifications whenever I post something of interest to you. We'll see you on the next video.